Hi everyone, a
Hello.
very warm welcome to everyone who's joined the session today. Welcome to another LeadSquared webinar. Those of you who joined us yesterday for the KYC session, very warm welcome back. I know a lot of you are joining us from different parts of the world. Thanks so much for joining in. We do these sessions every week, so do look at the webinar calendar and tune in for sessions that you're interested in. So today we are discussing the LeadSquared mobile app, the right way to use the LeadSquared mobile app. Some of the things that we'll cover are, of course, initiating phone calls, capturing inbound and outbound calls as activities, sending SMS, setting up auto responses, of course, discussing all the reports available, and the newest feature that we have, cloud calling on web and mobile apps. Now, to take us through the session is Sanjana. I'll just come back to her. Before that, we have experts on the panel, Aishwarya and Veer, who are here to help you answer your questions. So keep your questions coming. They will be answered while Sanjana takes us through the session. Sanjana is the Senior Product Support Engineer. She has over 5 years of experience in the IT field, and she has mastered the art of delivering extensive support to clients by coordinating several things. So thanks so much, Sanjana, for joining us. I believe this is your first webinar with LeadSquared. I hope you're excited about it. Thanks so much again for taking the session. Please take it forward.
Yes, thank you so much, Shibani. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes,
Yes,
loud and clear.
let's start about. Thank you so much for that. So yes, as you told, this is my first webinar session with LeadSquared, and yes, it's exciting and nervous as well. So pardon me if I'm going wrong in between anywhere. And as we all know, we work from home. So in case if there is any network issues, I think my colleagues will help me out with that as well. So pardon me on that as well. So let's get on with the LeadSquared mobile app session today. Yeah, again, my name is Sanjana. If the new attendees have not heard about me, yes, my name is Sanjana and I'm from LeadSquared. So I'll be taking a session about LeadSquared mobile app, mainly concentrating on how to initiate calls from the mobile app, how to send SMS and see the basic reports regarding the calls from the mobile app. So the configuration parts will be done on the desktop side and the rest will be taken care in the mobile app. So all the settings on the configuration part, I'll be explaining it to you. And any questions? Yes, my colleagues Aishwarya, Veer, and Shibani will be helping out with it. So let's start the session here. So yeah. So today we'll be discussing about initiating phone calls from the mobile app and capturing inbound and outbound call activities, sending SMS to the leads and the auto responses that we can set or the templates that we can set on regard for SMS in the app, and also all the reports or the report that actually have the data about the call handled via the mobile app as well as the desktop site. And we have a new feature which Shibani already spoke about, which is nothing but cloud calling, and it will be pretty easy, and it's a cool feature that even I feel that it's really good and useful at this point of time. And always anybody who's working not from the office, not working from the office, and who is on always on the field and on the site visits and everything, it's very handy, people. So it is really good. So these are the main discussions or topics that we'll be discussing today. So coming to the mobile app, just to be clear and precise, because I know that there will be people who's attending this webinar for the first time, that is from LeadSquared, and the people who have been using LeadSquared for a very long time. So just to be clear, and in the layman terms, I'll explain what is mobile app and how useful it is. So as you know, mobile app is the compact version of the desktop site. So what we normally do is you normally need to go to the desktop site for doing all the actions, or to contact a customer, or to identify, or to gather data, or to look into, and everything. So here is where the mobile app come into picture, and it will be so easy, because It's very handy. As you all know, we use mobile app to make it so handy, and you can communicate with your people or with your leads. When it comes to LeadSquared, yes, it's with your leads from any part of the world if you have a proper internet connection. So this is what we'll be concentrating today, and this is where the mobile app coming to picture. So talking about the call, how to initiate a call. So what we are going to do is I'll show you how we can initiate a call from the mobile app. So here, starting from the Android device. So I'll just go through the slide first, and then I'll also show you how we can initiate the call. I have the mobile connected here so that I can show you instantly how we can initiate a call. So nothing but straight, if once you have configured your LeadSquared account, you can simply go to Apple Store or Play Store, download LeadSquared app. Just go to the Play Store, Apple Store, and just type in LeadSquared CRM. You will see our application, and you can simply download it. Once you download it, you log in with your login credentials. You log in with your username and password. Your data, which is already there on the desktop site, will be available in the mobile app as well. So the configuration part, again, our onboarding team and the implementation team will always help you out with that in case if you need to set it up on the desktop or in the mobile app. So what we need to do is we need to communicate with the client. For that, you open the mobile app, you go to the leads module, and then click on the respective lead, and then click on the phone number icon. So I'll be showing that over here right now so that it will be even more easier for you to understand. So this is the mobile application which I'm talking about. I'm using an Android device right now. So as you all know, this is the mobile app, LeadSquared mobile app. We'll be opening the mobile app. We'll be having the data here. You go to the leads module, as you can see over here. Click on the respective lead, whichever lead that you need to connect right now. So for here, I have created a test account, and that is nothing but Sanjana, which is the lead's name. I go to this particular lead. I tap on the phone number button. I'll be getting all the options here. Cloud Call Lead is the new feature. I'll be talking about that later. But here, as a normal action, what we do is we click on Call Lead. When you initiate a call, you can click on the call lead, and when you initiate the call, what happens is it redirects you to the phone dialer. That is nothing but your default phone dialer. So this is what the mobile app does when you click on the phone number. So how does it make easy? So rather than opening the app, searching for the phone number, and then switching back to the phone dialer, entering the data or entering the phone number, and then clicking on the call or connecting the call, it makes it even more easier by just clicking on the phone number from the LeadSquared app and simply just initiate the call. So once you initiate the call, yes, the call will get connected, and you can just close the call from your end. So here, until here, everything is same for both Android and iOS. I'll just show you the same option in the iOS as well. I hope everybody can see my screen. So yeah, just to make it clear. So the same way, we are just opening the app. You can just go to the more options, which is available on the top. What you see on the left is the iOS screen, by the way, and what you see on the right is the Android screen. So you click on the leads option, and then you just click on the lead, and then what you need to do is you just need to click on the phone number icon. It will give you the options as call and cloud call. Yes, again, cloud call, we'll talk about it later. And then when you initiate the call, again, it will take you to the call session. That is nothing but the option, the call option or the phone dialer, and it will initiate the call. So here the main thing what we need to understand, or the main thing what we need to concentrate is, it will take our phone carrier charges. So it will be completely based on your mobile carrier. So for example, in India, if you're using Airtel or Vodafone or any other network, it's completely based on the network. The network charges will be considered here. So what is different from Android and iOS over here is, in Android, Google came up with the restrictions 2 years back, 1.5, 2 years back, stating that there will be a restriction of sharing the data for the calls that is made to the CRM application or any other application which is not related to the phone calls. So this is where there's a restriction, and we came up with a new application which is nothing but call and SMS tracker. So I'll just show you how to initiate call and SMS tracker. Just please concentrate on the right side of the screen. So what you need to do is, you just need to simply open the or just simply Google LeadSquared call and SMS tracker. It will take you to the help document which LeadSquared has, which is nothing but the help document. And then you just need to click on the call and SMS tracker option, and then it will help you to download the tracker from the notification part. Just pardon me, I think it's the network issue. So I'm just trying to connect here once again. Yeah. So as you can see, the first option is the help.leadsquared.com page. So you can just simply click on it. It will help you to give more information about this app, why this app is used. And as you can see on the screen, please click on download the latest version now, and it will download the app. So how the app look like? So this is the app that I'm talking about. So we have a call and SMS tracker app, which will be logged in with the same login as how you have logged into LeadSquared app. And all the settings you need to enable it: microphone, phone, SMS, and storage. Why we are enabling this? Yes, I'm coming to that point. Apart from that, you also need to go to the LeadSquared app, that is the CRM app, and then scroll down, go to the settings page, click on the notifications part. Click on the call and SMS part, and enable show lead identification pop-up, show pop-up for unknown numbers. So what happens is, when you enable these two settings, first you download the call and SMS tracker app in Android. Second, you go to the settings and then click on call and SMS, and then enable those two options which I have mentioned, which is nothing but show lead identification pop-up, show pop-up for unknown numbers. What happens is, when you initiate a call from LeadSquared, that is, again, I'm initiating a call again. So what happens is, go to the mobile carrier, you just click on the mobile carrier, this particular pop-up window shows up. So why this pop-up window is, it will help you to add the details based on what you need. Like, you can add the details directly rather than going to the app again and then searching for the lead and then adding the details. You can directly add the details over here. You can add a note or a task, or it will directly redirect you to that particular lead, to that particular screen, and you can add the details over here. You can also set up a form accordingly, and you can add the details based on that. So this is the main advantage of this particular app, which is call and SMS tracker. Apart from that, you also have another option or another advantage, that is, there is no this particular person which I'm going to contact right now, she is not a lead or he is not a lead of LeadSquared. They have the data or their details are not added in LeadSquared. So what happens is, when I click on that particular phone number, LeadSquared identifies that this particular phone number is not a part of the LeadSquared, and it asks you to whether do I need to add this particular contact to the lead or not. So this is like an extra feature or an intelligence that is added in LeadSquared, that it helps or it identifies the phone numbers or contact numbers which is not a part of LeadSquared, and it asks you whether do you want to really add them as a lead or not. This is the same setting for both inbound and outbound call. So when you get an inbound call from a lead or from a contact which is already a part of your LeadSquared app, what happens is it will give you again the same data, that is like do you want to or do you want to add an activity. The activity details will show up, and when it comes to an unknown number, what happens is the same way it will ask you, do you want to add this phone number to the LeadSquared or not. So these are the two options, or this is how we initiate a call inside Android app. iOS, yes, we do have a restriction with iOS device because Apple has restricted giving any such sharing any such data uh, using LeadSquared to any other apps, because I've worked with few other CRM apps as well. So any other app which has nothing to do with calling or it is just a part, calling is just a part, they have restricted all these activities. So we do not have a call and SMS tracker app specially for Apple. Apple has restricted it. As soon as they lift the restriction commonly for everyone, we'll be able to track the details from Apple devices as well. So this is the basic options which I would like to talk about in Android device and iOS device. So this is the same settings. As you can see, what I showed you right now, you go to the lead, you click on the phone number, and you will get this option which is nothing but call. So when you click on call, it takes you to the phone dialer, and then it will initiate the call. Once you close the call, you can add the activity based on that, and you can mention what all details that you want. For example, you want to add the note stating what happened on the call. All those can be added over here once you finish the call. Next, coming to the SMS part of it. So as you all know, we also have an option to send SMS. Again, the same criteria as I've explained for call initiation, that it will redirect you to the message carrier or the message app, default message app inside your mobile phone, and from there you can send the SMS. Here one option, one feature or function is that we do not have the option to collect the data or of what you have sent, or we'll not be having a track or history of the SMS that we have sent. But this helps in a way that rather than sending an SMS separately, you can the app will redirect you to send the SMS to the clients. So I'll just show you the same in the Android device first, how to send the SMS. So the same way here, I'm just clicking close. I don't want to add this particular caller to the LeadSquared, so I'm just closing the pop-up. So that is as simple as that. You just don't need to enter any details. So next, what we need to do is, again, since I've already opened the app has opened from the background. I'm just clicking on the phone number again. So when I tap on the phone number, it will ask me, do you want to send the SMS? So when you click on SMS, it will take me to the SMS option inside the mobile. I can just type in the SMS based on whatever I would like to, and then it will send the SMS using the mobile carrier. Again, it will take the charges what the mobile carrier is provided to you or your package, your phone package, network package. So this is how you initiate the SMS through Android. The same I'll show you in iOS as well. So iOS, I'll also show you the template option part as well. So you're going to the test a lead. You're clicking on the SMS, the phone number, you're tapping on the message, it is giving you an option, giving you a notification that your carrier may charge for the SMS sent. So it is completely dependent on the network carrier that you're using. So once you do that, it will ask you whether you need to choose any template. Here I have set the template. That is the reason why it is asking whether you need to choose any template. So if I don't want to choose any template, I can just click on no template and then I can click on done. If I have a template already ready, then it will ask me to it will add the data directly from the template and then I can send that. So I'll just show you no template option. So when I click on that, see, I can just mention the same thing over here. So right now, if I'm using a template, what happens is I'll show you the template part here. If you want to manage any template, you can go to the settings option. You can just click on SMS template, and here you will be able to see the templates what I have created. So if you want to edit the template, you can simply edit the template and you can insert the mail merge field. So adding the mail merge field are the sender phone, sender name, sender company, etc. So what happens is when I use a mail merge field, rather than you entering the phone, the lead details or the lead phone number details or etc., it will automatically pick from that particular lead and it will send the template. So this is how it works. The SMS option or the SMS part work in the LeadSquared app. So again, we do not have a track of it, but it helps us in such a way that you don't need to go to that particular carrier, or you don't need to go to the message option separately and then identify the number, copy the number, paste it, and then send the SMS. You don't need to do that because your phone or your app will directly redirect you to the SMS option, and then the same does the work. The same with the WhatsApp. Like if you have a WhatsApp already installed in your mobile, it will give you the WhatsApp option. Same way, if you have Skype enabled, again Skype will also show up, but we will not be having a track of the details what has been shared via, or the details won't be there available in the LeadSquared, but obviously it will redirect you to all these applications from the LeadSquared itself. So this is what is about the SMS part of it. So next one is reports. So talking about reports, we should know how reports, or how many calls has been made by how many users. So this report is completely based on the cloud calling, or a third party call service enabled on your in your account. This is completely based on that, because we won't be having the other call handling report or the phone dialer reports here. But from my understanding, it will always give you the information about the third party caller. Like if you have for example, Amio, Ring Central, which is integrated with LeadSquared, and you have the data for it. Obviously, all those data will show up in this report section. So how to go to this report section? We have the reports option available in the Android device, both the devices as well, mobile devices as well. At the same time, we have the same thing in the desktop as well. So what you need to do is you need to go to the report section available on the top right corner. You click on that, click on reports home, go to telephony and SMS, and then click on phone call metrics by user. By clicking on that, you will be able to see this particular option over here. So the phone call metrics will be available, and everything, all the inbound calls made by the user, everything will be available over here. So if you are the admin, you will be able to see all the users details. You just need to click on calls for user and it will run the report. You can decide the time range, like if you want to see the calls made for today by all your colleagues or your users, you can keep the date range as today, and then you can give the report. If not, you can also if you want to search for a particular user, you can also do that. and you will be able to see the details over here. Let me just check whether I have the active account available so that it will be easy for you to understand. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So this is the same thing which I'm talking about. You go to reports home, and then you go to telephony and SMS, and then you click on phone call metrics by user. It will give you the data for the calls that is made. So for example, we have this is a test account, so I have these many number of users. So if I want to select the user, all the users, I can select all the users. If I want to select only like a certain set of users, I can also do that. And then I can set up a particular date range. I can even set up a custom date range, and I can see the report. I just need to run the report and it will give me the report details over here. So I'll just show you the report session, and then it will show you the total number of calls, total number of outbound calls, inbound calls, answered calls, not answered calls, missed calls, voice messages, and every other details will be available over here. The same way you will be also able to see it on the Android and iOS device. So coming to the Android device, again, I need to go to the list. As you can see here, I need to go, we have a reports module. Just click on the reports module, scroll down. You need to go to user productivity, and you will see phone call summary. Here I have been logged in as a sales user, so I'll not be able to see the report for all the users because I have restricted, as an admin, I have restricted my sales user to see only his report. So what you see over here will be his report, only that particular user's report. So what you see on the desktop side, it will be the same UI as how you see it on the mobile app. You just need to scroll down and you will be seeing the details basically. So here, as I have set the permission, only that particular user, my sales user's name is MEO Sales2, so only that particular user's details he'll be able to see. If I was an admin, I'll be given the same settings as how you see over here. If I was logged in as an admin user, you'll be able to see all the details as I show it over here. And you will be able to run the report. You will be able to see the report, and you can make whatever change, or you can go through the data and then you can make the changes accordingly, or you can submit the data accordingly. So this is how the report works in Android device. Just to show you how it works on the iOS, let me just log into the iOS screen. So again, you need to just go to the main screen, over to the options, more options, scroll down, click on reports, and then you will be seeing the set of reports that you can see from the report section, which I have, as an admin, I have given permission to my sales user. All these details or all these reports, he'll be able to access it. Then he needs to scroll down, click on phone call summary, and then you will be able to see the report, the same report what I'm showing you on the desktop side, you will be able to see. But here again, I'm logged in as a sales user, so that's the reason why I'm not able to see the other user's name. But again, you will be able to customize the data accordingly, and you can also set the date range, and then you can run the report, and it will show you the report for the calls that you have made. So here is the complete data for it. So this is how the report section work. So we have completed how a basic call should be done from the mobile app, how to initiate call from the iOS and Android device, how the UI will look like, and how to send an SMS from Android and iOS, and the reports for call handling, how the report will look like, how you can access the data. All these has been covered. So now let's come to the new feature, which is nothing but cloud calling. First, let me talk about why cloud calling. So here I'm going back to the first topic, which is nothing but initiating a call from the LeadSquared mobile app. So there we had certain limitations as because uh, iOS App Store has given, Apple has given us restriction of tracking the calls. Google has given restriction of tracking the calls, but still we came up with a new application. But still that 100% accuracy was still missing. So all these came to a point where we thought of coming up with a new feature, which is cloud calling. So cloud calling is nothing but like how we use a third party call system like MEO, RingCentral, Twilio, OzoneTel. We use the same backend process in the cloud calling connector as well. So what happens is, like if somebody is working, not working from office, and they're working from home due to this corona scenes, we work from home mostly, and the field agents, the site visit agents, or the other employees who are traveling, all these people, it's so difficult to make the calls using the cloud calling. I'm sorry, it's so difficult to initiate calls from the desktop side, because you need to go to the desktop version or your laptop and then click on the call, and you need to make the call. But here is where the cloud call come into picture, and it will help you to initiate call from your mobile app itself. So you're again not exposing your phone details or your contact details to your clients, because you're not calling from your default phone app, you're calling from the cloud call. So one main thing is that you're not exposing your phone number to your client, so that they won't call you back, and they won't be calling you back to back. So this is the main advantage. Second thing, once you finish the call, the cloud calling feature automatically get the data and create an activity for you in that particular lead, telling that at this point of time, a call has been initiated to the lead, whether it's answered or not. If it is answered, how long did the call go through? What was the conversation? Even the call will be recorded and will be saved in the activity history. That is like such a lifesaver, because what happens is you don't need to manually add the activity, you don't need to manually add the notes, what has gone through that call, and everything is automatically added, so that the manual work is reduced a lot. At the same time, in case we might have n number of calls in a day, we might miss out on one single activity, adding an activity to a lead. All those will be eliminated, and it will be so easy for you to get the details, whether you make the call from the mobile app, whether you make the call from the desktop site. It's the same. It will not expose your phone number. It will not miss out on adding an activity to your device. It's like an AI. It just directly capture every details. It just put it to the LeadSquared. You don't need to worry anything. You just need to initiate a call and contact the customer. That's it. So let's talk about how a cloud calling can be initiated, or how to configure a cloud calling. So I'm just going back to the desktop side for that, because I'll just show you how the configuration has been set up so that it will be easy for you. Again, here the configuration part from the CRM or the LeadSquared CRM team, the sales and your account manager will be helping you completely in setting it up for you, because again, we use a third-party client to set this cloud calling system up. So it will be completely done by the sales and the support team or the account manager team. The only thing what you need to do is you just need to tell what your basic need is, or how you want to set it up, and we'll be doing it up for you. So either you can search for cloud, or you can go to the mobile app and you can see the cloud calling connector. So this is the connector. I have already installed it. So you can just install it, and when you click on configure, all the settings shows up over here. I think everybody is clear till here. So I'll just I'll just take you through the configuration part. Again, as I told you, this will be done by us. We'll be helping you out with it. You don't need to worry about it at all. But still, I'll just show you what is happening over here. So we have three options over here of call mode. If you just want the cloud calling enabled for your web application, which is nothing but your desktop site, you can click on the call only on web application. If you want it both on the mobile app as well as the desktop site, you can just mention here, and also the default app. So default app is nothing but you want your how I showed you right now. Like when you click on or tap on the phone number, it will show you call from your phone carrier, SMS, and cloud calling. So both cloud calling option is also there. Your phone dialer option is also there. So all these options will come when you select this particular option, which is mobile app calling from both default dialer and cloud calling. Obviously, the web app is also enabled for this option. It will be enabled for all the three options. It is just not mentioned here. That's all. Third option or the final option is mobile app calling, only cloud calling. So you have completely disabled the phone dialer option for your mobile app, and you only want your sales team or your sub users to use the cloud calling option. So in those cases, you can enable this particular option. So these are the three options again. So the next field is nothing but we have three modes. So this is based on our customers requirement. So this is completely based on our customers requirement. For example, you have a small, you're a startup company with like 10 or 20 users, just 20 users or employees, in which like you want only one virtual number for the entire company. So whomever is calling from the mobile app, the call should only go through one virtual number. So in that way, we select the option one virtual DID number. The second option is nothing but one virtual number per sales rep. So for example, you have like 50 employees in your company and you want each and every employee a different virtual number. In that case, we select this particular option. Or maybe, for example, in 50 employees, only 25 employees work through the calls, or they need the call section. So 25 reps need 25 licenses or DID numbers. In such a way, what we'll do is we'll select the second option. The third and the final mode, we call these modes. So first one is mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. So mode 3 is for the larger organization. For example, you're a huge company where you have office in Chennai, you have office in Gurgaon, you have office in Bangalore. So you want DID number based on cities or regions. So for example, the Bangalore unit should have one DID number. The Chennai region should have another DID number. The Gurgaon region needs another DID number. In such a way, what happens is you can select on the mode 3 and it will set the DID numbers based on that. So what happens is an agent from Chennai is calling a customer. The call will get initiated through the DID number which is assigned to that particular region. So this is how we differentiate and we call the users. So these are the three modes which are available. So I have set up the sales rep per DID virtual number per sales rep option, which is mode 2. I have saved the configuration based on that. Again, everything works the same way. It's just the setup that needs to be done based on your requirement, your company, your business requirement. It's completely based on that. So the next is the DID number. We need to add a DID number to a field inside your account. So I have given it as a custom field, which is number 5, and custom field, which is number 6. Everything will be set up with by the account manager or the sales team for you completely. If all these settings will be done for you by our team. It is just for understanding what we are doing at the back end and just explaining this particular part to you. I'm just not going the completely deep into it because again, once you give us the information of how you would like to use the application, on what mode you want us to configure the application, we'll be setting the application, or we'll be connecting with our third-party clients, and we'll get the DID numbers based on your requirement, and then we'll assign it and we'll integrate with the particular fields for you. So the last field, just to clear it up for you, so it is nothing but you're calling a customer and somebody else or some other lead is contacting you. So they are contacting you via DID number, the same number which we have given over here. So what will we do? So what we'll do is we'll first you will get a call to this particular DID number. When this particular phone number is busy, it will get redirected to your personal number or any other number which you provide over here. So by doing this, what is the main point is that you're not missing out on any calls from your clients. So even though you're busy on a different call, the call will still get landed to a different call so that you won't miss out on it. As soon as you finish the call, you can initiate or you can call from that number, or even you can use a different connection and like from you can take the call from this particular phone number and you can talk to your clients at the same time. So this helps you to minimize the call leakage from the backend. So this is the feature what we uh, have set up for cloud calling. So once the settings are saved, I have already saved the settings, so I'm not clicking on save settings icon. Once the settings are saved, you will see a option called as cloud calling, which is popping up under app section. So this will only come once you install and configure the app. So when you click on it, as an admin or as a head of your account who is taking care of all these CRM permissions and regulations, you will be able to see which all are the virtual numbers which is attached to which particular person, and what is the fallback transfer number which you have added. You can even edit these numbers and details from your end based on the requirement. So this is how it will get displayed over here. So coming to it, what I'll do is I'll show you how it works on the desktop site once. So I'm just going to leads. It is just taking some time to load. So once you go to the lead, you're going to the respective lead where I need to make the call. I just go to lead actions and I click on cloud calling. The call get initiated. So the calls get initiated, and once the call is done, you will see an activity which is being posted, which I was talking about. You don't need to enter any details. Everything is added automatically over here. So what happens is you will see the start time, how much time did the call was like, what is the call duration, and who is the owner of this particular call, and what is the status. Every other details will be available over here. So all these are missed calls, which is the reason why you're not seeing the data. But yes, if there is any call durations, you can also see a icon where you can listen to the call which was happened altogether. This is one of the coolest feature which I believe, because you don't need to use multiple apps at the background. You just need to click on the call and it helps you to listen and to identify what happened on the call. So this is how it will look like. You can just call origin, everything will be available over here. From where did the call get initiated, whether is it from the web or from the mobile app, and etc. So let's quickly, let me show you how the setting is in the um, Android and iOS platform. I'll just show you how it works. So the same way, you just click on the leads tab, go to the test lead, and then again click on the call. So when you click on the call, you will see an option called as cloud calling. So when you tap on the cloud calling feature, the call is getting initiated. So once the call is initiated, the first thing what you will do is you will be receiving a call to your phone number, which you have uh, tagged with that particular lead. So once I initiate the call to the lead will be done. So I'm just I just from the other end, I just connected the call. So we are on a conversation right now. So I'm just closing the call right now. Yes, I just closed the call. So what happens is it will create an activity. It will give you a pop-up stating that an outbound call activity will be created for the lead. So the same activity, you can see it on the activity history. It takes 2 to 3 minutes for the call details to get added to the system. But yes, yet it's a wonderful feature that you can always rely on, because you are not missing out on any details that you manually might forget to enter. So this is how it works in the iOS device. So let's talk about how it shows up in the Android. It's almost the same UI. There is no much changes in the UI, but why I'm just showing you is because it will be easy for you to identify, and you can also try it from your end once you have this connector enabled. So again, I'm just going to the same option. I'm just clicking on the call, and then yes, I'm just clicking on the cloud call option. The call will get initiated successfully. Then it will connect to the call because I've given the other number. Yes, in my Android iOS device, I'll get a call. Then I'm just closing the call. So what happens is I'll be getting a pop-up message stating that the outbound call activity will be added to your activity history. The same message, it will show up over here as well. So it is like a lifesaver for me, because I don't need to go to a desktop site or to my laptop and then initiate a call, then wait for the call in the mobile app. Rather than that, I can simply call them from my mobile app, and then the call is done. I can they are not getting any data of mine, like my phone number. I can call them. The call is also updated here. Call details are also updated here, and I'm not losing out on any call recordings or anything like that. So this is the major advantage of this particular feature. So as I showed you, these are the settings. This is the way how we set up and configure. Cloud calling is a paid app. You can connect with your account manager or sales team or even Shibani, and they'll connect you to the respective team, and they'll give you the details regarding the payment option or the plans for this particular connector. But as I told you, at this particular point in time, when we all are working from home, this is such a cool feature that you just need your phone with you, not your laptop or not your desktop, so that you can contact your clients or your leads and then get all the information, and it will be so easy for you to understand and capture the details without any delay, because this particular cloud calling app is not dependent on the mobile device. So it is not dependent on the OS, like how the normal call is dependent. It's not dependent on the restrictions what the devices give, like Apple or Google Play, what the restrictions. It's not based on that. So it is easy, and it is the same for both iOS and Android platform, and you will be getting all the details without any miss. So this is just a screenshot of how the steps, how it shows up. So this is just the same video which I showed you. I just took it as a saver, so that in case if my phone was not working, I could show you how the lead is, how we are initiating a cloud call from the lead. So as you can see in the mobile app, you will be able to see the activity details as how it is shown over here at the right end. You will be able to see the details of the call, and when you tap on the recording option, you will be able to listen the call details over here as well. So from the phone also you can listen to, even though if you miss out on something that you have already conversated to your client, you can just tap on the recording and you can just go through that conversation again so that you will get that information back on. So these are the main details about the features or functionality about this cloud calling. So as I told you before, just a refresher, we'll not be exposing your phone numbers to your clients, which is a major uh, a challenge right now for most of the people who are working from home, because you need your desktop device, and call gets recorded without any fail, and every detail of the lead will be captured in LeadSquared, irrespective you're making a call from the mobile or the desktop side. So that's it, guys. And just one more information. Currently, we are providing this particular connectivity, or we have already enabled this connectivity for the following region, which is nothing but Bangalore, Mumbai, and Gurgaon. But based on our client's request, we are also enabling or trying to enlarge our areas to different regions as well, based on our client's requirement, or how you would like to have, or which location would you like to have this cloud calling feature with. So yeah, that's all, guys, with the cloud calling system. I hope I didn't take much longer. I'm sorry, Shibani, if I was late. Yes, but yeah, please go ahead.
Not a problem at all. Thank you so much, Sanjana. Now, quickly, I would like to run a poll to see how many of you are really interested in the cloud calling feature. So, if you could just tell us, tap the option that's most relevant to you. Of course, would you like us to configure cloud calling for your organization? Yes, no, not sure. Just let us know. It'll really help us understand the audience and particularly what our customers really want. So, of course, I can see majority of you are saying yes, which is something that I did expect, because obviously, as you can see, it's a really cool feature and solves a lot of problems. uh, Keep your questions coming. I've seen a lot of people have asked a lot of questions, and our experts are here answering them, so keep them coming. But to give you a final result of the polls, to the panelists here, about 60% are saying yes, they would like to configure cloud calling. 10% are saying no, and about 30% are saying not sure. That's roughly the breakup here. But I would say the vast majority are saying yes. Now, those of you who are saying yes, I have one more poll very quickly before we start taking questions. Um, Here it goes. So we have configured cloud calling for specific cities already, like Bangalore, Mumbai, and Gurgaon. But still, those of you who are wanting it, can you tell us which region would you like us to configure cloud calling for? Are these any of the cities, Bangalore, Mumbai, or Gurgaon, or Hyderabad, Chennai, or others? Because I do know there are people here who are not from India. So please feel free to pick that option if you want. Specifically, you can even mention your city on the question tab or chat tab. That's how we've been communicating. So let us know if you'd like us to specifically configure cloud calling. I can tell you about 82% are saying others. So clearly we have not listed any of the cities here which are part of the other section. 0% say Chennai, so no takers in Chennai. About 10% say Hyderabad, and another 10% say Bangalore, Mumbai, Gurgaon. So we will have to get in touch with the 80% who say others. We will come back to that. Now let us look at some questions. Just a second, there are quite a few of them. So of course, like I said, the questions have been answered already, but I'm just going to take up some that will sort of benefit everyone. Coming to yes, so which mobile app versions is the cloud calling feature available on? If any of the experts could answer that.
Yeah. Hi, Shivani. And hi,
Hi.
everyone. This is Aishwarya here. So, if you have the Android application or an Android device, then the version 10.2 and above of the LeadSquared app will support cloud calling when it is integrated with your account. And for iOS, version 8.3 and above would have the cloud calling feature, again, if integrated with your account.
Okay, great. Now we'll take up Naresh's question. And of course, Ashwarya, tell me if needs a longer explanation, in which case we can just take it offline. But Naresh says, can there be one click to call and one click to save on iOS? Will it save missed call automatically? How does it work? Where multiple guys call from one client side and vice versa? And how does it integrate the emails?
So over here for cloud calling, I'll take the calling aspect first. If we are doing it via cloud calling, when it is an outbound call, that is, you as a company are, reaching out to your lead. So over there, what happens is if you are calling via cloud, you first, as Sanjana showed, you first trigger a cloud call. It says cloud call has been initiated. You get a tick mark. As soon as you get a tick mark, in another 2 to 3 seconds, you'll get a call on the user side. Now, once the user, that is your sales user, would pick up the call, then the call goes and gets connected to your lead. Now, this is a user to lead call, right? Now, when it is the other way around, it's an inbound call. Your lead is calling you. So when you have multiple modes, so for example, if there is an entire team sitting in Bangalore and they have one DID number, what happens there is if a lead is calling in via the virtual number, since they do not have your personal number because it's masked since you're calling via DID. So over there, what happens is whoever is the lead owner in your team for that particular lead who has initiated the call goes and gets redirected to them. So that is how the DID works. And if there are two leads that are calling, via the virtual number, and you are busy already talking to somebody else, then the second lead is going to go and get redirected to your fallback numbers. Again, how Sanjana had showed in the configuration part on the web platform. So all of that will get taken care of over cloud calling. I hope that took care of the cloud calling, the questions that were there. Shivani, what
One
was
more.
the second part of the question?
Okay, just a sec. So yeah, can there be one click to call and one click to save on iOS? Will it save missed call automatically? How does it work where multiple guys call from one client side and vice versa? And how does it integrate with emails?
Right. So I think the multiple client side is taken care of, because even if you have one virtual number, that virtual number can support multiple numbers. So several of those numbers are going through one particular DID number, but it works as a one-to-one calling. I mean, if more explanation is required there, we can definitely take that up offline. The other thing, if there are any missed calls, or maybe the lead did not pick up or your user did not pick up, even that is taken care of and an activity is posted. Again, Sanjana had shown this on the web, that there is a missed call. So that is also taken care of via cloud calling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Vijay has another question related to cloud calling. He says, do I need a physical number to receive the call while making the cloud call?
Yes, you do. It is required that you have a SIM in your device, and the number that is there in that SIM needs to be mapped to the virtual number. So when you are calling, I mean, you are receiving the call on your device, right? It's a normal phone call. The only difference is that it isn't one-to-one. There is a middleman, which is, the virtual number. So it just goes through that medium and then goes to your lead. That's the only difference. So yes, a mobile number is required.
Okay, I am moving to Naresh's question. He says, was looking at integration of emails and two of my team members speak to the same prospect, different people and emails. Will all this get integrated as one data set for us to track the prospect? Okay, so I don't think some of you heard me there. So the question is from Naresh, who says, was looking at integration of emails and two of my team members speak to the same prospect, different people and emails. Will all of this get integrated as one data set for us to track the prospect?
same prospect, different people and emails. Will all this get integrated as one data set for us to track the prospect? So right now, the main lead owner is the one who has the primary contact in connection to that particular lead. And when there is somebody else also who is working on the same lead, then over there you can have them as fallback numbers. So again, if they have to have a discussion with them, then again that comes and sits with that particular lead itself. So I think that is, one way of looking at it. But if there is more functionality or more detail that you're looking at over there, then please do write to us and we can look at that.
Sure. And then probably we can take this as the last question from Praveen, who says, can I have a virtual number as a 10-digit mobile number rather than having a landline number?
Yes, your mobile number works and your landline number works, both. So the success team or your account manager, whoever you have this discussion with moving forward, you can tell them which number you actually want them to, map to your DID number, and then you can just configure that. So yes, both a 10-digit mobile number as well as your landline number works.
Perfect. I see that all the other questions have been answered, so I think we can end the session. Like we said, if if you want cloud calling, just do reach out to the person you're in touch with at LeadSquared, or you can just respond to my email and I will get back to you. Okay, last question from Raja Ram, who says, you get these numbers from Nolarity question mark or through LeadSquared itself?
So again, this entire LeadSquared will handle everything when it comes to cloud calling. So you reach out to us, you tell us that you want this and which mode do you want it in, how many users do you want it for, how many DIDs are you looking for, and as mentioned earlier, once you have a discussion with our sales team or your account manager, there is a cost attached to it. Once you have all of that sorted out, we set up the entire thing for you, from getting the DID numbers to the entire configuration. So that will be handled by LeadSquared itself solely.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ashwarya. Thank you, Sanjana. Thank you, Veer, for giving us your time and taking us through the session and answering the questions, of course. And thanks to the audience for sticking around. We will end the session now. If you have further questions, just get back to either of us and we will address them. We have more sessions coming up next week on more functionalities of LeadSquared. We are discussing automations and emails next week. We have specific sessions for education, real estate. I believe our partners in South Africa are doing sessions on landing pages. So do check out the webinar calendar and sign up for some of those sessions. I'm sure it will benefit you. Thanks again to the panelists who joined us today for giving us your time. Take care. Bye-bye.